Hey guys, welcome to Learning 8. In this video, we are going to discuss a Java program to find the factorial of a number using recursive function. So what is this recursive function? Same function will be executed again and again until a condition is satisfied. That's called it as a recursive function. So we'll understand this with the help of this factorial program. What's the meaning of a factorial? So if the input is 0, means 0 factorial is 1. Similarly, 1 factorial is also 1. If it is other than 0 and 1, for any other positive number, for example, input is 5. What is output for this one? 5 factorial. That means from this given number till 1, we have to find the product of all the numbers. That results factorial of the number. So 5 factorial is nothing but 120. So let us discuss about how do we get this one with the help of the recursive function. So for this, so first, let us consider one class. So I am taking one class, say public class, the class name is Factorial. So inside this class, a method based logic. So here access modifier is public, return type is int, and method name is get factorial. What this method takes as input? One number. So this works for only integer, not for float. So I'm taking int sum. Num is variable of programmer choice. Inside this method, what is that recursive function means? Based on some condition, if that number is 0 or if the number is 1, then this method is supposed to return 1 because 0 factorial is 1, 1 factor is also 1. So if the condition satisfies as the number is 0 or number is 1, so it's supposed to return 1. If it is other than 0 and 1 and if it is a valid number or a positive number, then in the else part, so here is what the recursive means. So first return statement, because of return type is integer, return what we supposed to find 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into up to 1 if it is a 5 factorial, correct? Then if it is 5, then indirectly what we are doing here? So we are calling this get factorial method and we are passing a number called 5. Then for 4, what's the meaning of this one? So again star get factorial of n minus 1. If n is 5, then n minus 1 should be 4. Similarly, n minus 2, n minus 3 like that. So these all things we can write in one single method calling process, that is corresponding number num star followed by. So here the same method we have to call once again. So what is the same method means? Get factorial method we have to call here. So this is how it will become a corresponding recursive function. So here we supposed to write get factorial, same method, and already 5 is over. If we assume that number is 5, then 5 is over. Next time what it's supposed to be? 5 minus 1. Next time what it's supposed to be? 4, 4 minus 1. Then 3, 3 minus 1, like that. So this is what the meaning of a recursive function in this. Now for the same class, if we create object and with the help of the object reference, if we call this method, this logic will give the factorial of any number starting from 0 to positive numbers. So this is what the meaning of a recursive. So how this works internally is, for example, so if we pass this input as 5, so 5 is not equal to 0 and 5 is not equals to 1. So therefore, the corresponding control comes to else part. Else, what is written here? Written num. So num means what? 5 into get factorial of num minus 1. So again, the same method will be called. So here itself, the same method will be called. Num minus 1 means it will become 4. So then again, the control checks this one. Number is 4 and it's not 0, it's not 1. Again comes to else part and execute the same return statement. What it's supposed to return this time? Return num into, what's new num is 4. star, again get factorial of num minus 1, that is get factorial of 3. Then the same process 3 also, then the same process 2 also, then the same process. Once it reaches to 1, what it returns? It returns 1. Yeah. So therefore, so all these things will be multiplied together, and then finally from wherever this function is called, that function will have the entire value of this 5 factorial. That's how it is becoming a recursive function. I hope you understood. I recommend you to debug for more clarity. Let us execute this through IDE as well. So here is a class factorial, and which has a method of public int get factorial, which is taking number as input. And the first part of the condition is if number is 0 or number is 1, then return 1. Then in the else part, so return num into the same recursive function called get factorial of num minus 1. Now to execute this, so I have taken another class name, and inside that a main method. So inside this main method, first I'm using a sample print statement to enter a number. Then I'm using a scanner class, and from using scanner class object, reading one integer and storing into one variable called n. Then factorial class object got created here, and by using this object reference, so we are calling the method get factorial method is called here, and the result is stored into one integer type of variable name called as result. Then by using a print statement, factorial of, so for which number we are reading from keyboard, the same results is printed. The same numbers factorial is printed here. So let us execute. So I click on this execute button, and bottom of the page it is asking us to enter a number. So let me take input as 5. Then the factorial of 5 is nothing but 120. Let us re-execute to cross verify. So again enter a number. So I enter 1. So the output should be 1. Yeah. So let me re-execute for one last time. So if we take some 8, then factorial. So factorial of 8 is nothing but 40,320. So this is a complete generic logic which works for factorial of any positive number. I hope you understand. And for me to make more videos, please use the comment section to post your questions. Thank you and see you in the next video.